That was supposed to be fun. Oh. I'll tell you all about it in a minute. What's up everybody, Gavin here, welcome back to the channel. Now if like me you live in the northern hemisphere, your riding has probably moved off of the road and onto Zwift for the next few months. Now, for some people this won't be an issue, they're plenty motivated to get on the indoor trainer and do their workouts. But for others, it can be a bit of a struggle to find the motivation without their outdoor riding buddies. But what if I told you there was a way that you could replicate that group riding feeling indoors and increase your enjoyment of riding on Zwift tenfold? Today, I'm going to run you through an introduction to Zwift clubs and why you need to join one right now. Well, obviously not right now, you need to listen to me, but as soon as we're done. And if you stick around to the end, I'll give you a bonus reason, and that has absolutely nothing to do with Zwift whatsoever. Team camaraderie is an integral part of cycling culture. So it's no surprise to see that this has worked its way into Zwift's metaverse. Chances are when you've been on Zwift, you will have seen people riding with abbreviations after their names in brackets. Maybe DIRT, AHDR or TV. These people are all members of virtual riding clubs. Now some of these have sprung up as offshoots of real life riding clubs, whilst others have very different origin stories. The AHDR or Aussie Hump Day ride was actually started by an Englishman living in Australia who was looking for people to ride with in the early days of Zwift. The biggest difference between these clubs and real life ones is the fact that the members are spread out across the world. They tend to communicate through Facebook or Discord, but other than that, their philosophy is very much like real life riding groups. The idea being to gather like-minded people together to make cycling more enjoyable for everybody. So that's what Zwift clubs are. I'm going to tell you why you should be joining one. Here's my top 5 reasons. Number 1, it's fun and convenient. Riding with friends on Zwift in these depressing winter months can give people that extra bit of motivation that they need to get on the bike. Whether it's an early morning recovery ride, a tough interval session, or a punishing race, it's so much more motivating knowing that you've got a friend there sharing the pain with you. And as to the convenience, who doesn't like just having to pull on a pair of bib shorts and jump on the bike? For me, it's so much better than putting on 5 or 6 layers, going out, freezing half to death, and then when I get back having to clean the bike to make sure it's ready for the next time. Number 2, you can be yourself. Let's be honest, sometimes cyclists can be an intimidating bunch. So when you turn up to a new group ride and someone makes a snide comment about your non-matching kit or your old bike, it sort of ruins your motivation to ride with them. On Zwift, however, this is completely irrelevant. You're in your house, you can wear your old shorts, you can ride your 15-year-old battered frame, nobody cares. You can also try out a new look if you want. Always fancied having a nice big ginger afro, but just couldn't pull it off? Well, in Zwift, you can. Number 3, develop some friendly rivalry. One of the best things about cycling with your buddies is that sense of being the best. Whether you win the town sign sprint, or whether you're the first one up the local climb, you can also bring this into Zwift. If rivalry is your thing, then perhaps joining a Zwift club might just be for you. Yeah, I know, you can take part in a Zwift race by yourself, and if you do win, congratulations, but who have you got to brag to? Nobody really cares. However, racing against other team clubs and beating them in the weekly team time trial, now that's something that you can dine out on for a while. Well, maybe a week until the next one comes around. Number 4, it'll make you a better overall cyclist. Now here, I don't just mean increasing your FTP or pushing up your maximum wattage during a sprint. No, what I mean are all those little extra things that you can get from interacting with your peers, especially those who are more experienced cyclists than you. Of course, you can ask your questions in a Facebook group or an internet forum, but how much can you really trust the information and the answers that you're getting there? In a Zwift club, over time, you get to know the people, so you can trust and value their input a lot more. Are you planning on riding a Gran Fondo next summer, but don't know where to start with your training? I'm sure there'll be someone that can help you. Are you struggling with your nutrition on the bike? There'll be plenty of people that can give you inputs and ideas to try. Are you looking to buy a new bike? There'll definitely be plenty of people who can give you some thoughts there. And finally, number 5, you can make it part of your training. You've got a training plan all set up for the winter, but you're struggling to put it into practice because of lack of motivation. A lot of clubs organise group rides and participate in Zwift races, and you can easily substitute these into your plan without any detrimental impact. You need to do a recovery ride. I'm sure there's going to be a group ride from your club set up so that you can go around at an easy pace. You need to do an intense VO2 max workout. Well, you can probably join one of the dedicated racing teams, which are often found in these clubs, and participate in some of the regular series that are on Zwift. So there you have it. Those are my 5 reasons for joining a Zwift Club right now. But before you go, the bonus item I promised you. Riding with these guys during winter time on Zwift is great, but what makes it even better is that they exist in real life. And if it's anything like the club that I'm in, these people are spread out across the world, which means that if you ever go to one of these locations and want to ride a bike, you'll have someone there who can give you all the input and advice you need. So hopefully this has given you all the motivation you need to try out joining a Zwift Club. And if so, why don't you join Team Valhalla, the one I ride for? I'll stick all the links in the description below. You can get in touch over Facebook or on Instagram, and then somebody will get back to you with all the details as to how you can sign up. And finally, if you found this video useful, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more stuff like this. Thanks a lot.